Okay, for today, we'll be checking your exercises on extracting roots of perfect squares, perfect cubes, perfect power 4, and power 5 on different radical expressions. So, yesterday, I asked you to answer the following, A and B. So, yan, check na natin siya for today. So, on letter A, it says, find each of the following roots if possible. If hindi, meron naman tayong sagot. So, let's start with number 1. We have square root of 16. So, we'll just think of a number that if we square, the answer is 16. So, dahil nasa harap na natin yung mga table, so hanapin na lang natin yung magbibigay sa atin ng 16. And ito yon. So, ano yung number na yun? Pag in-square natin, ang sagot ay 16. That will be 4. So, the square root of 16 is 4. Next, the square root of 36. We will look for the number. If we square, the answer is 36. Hintay dito, yan. So, that will be 6. So, the square root of 36 is 6. Next, number 3. We have square root of 169. So, we'll look for a number. 169 dun sa babang table natin. Ito siya. So, the square root of 169 is 13. Yan yung number. Pag in-square natin, ang sagot ay 169. Number 4. Negative square root of 225. So, ano yung number na yun? Pag in-square natin, ang sagot ay 225. Tignan natin. So, that will be, ito sa table natin, that's 15. So, lagyan nyo lang ng negative kasi may negative dyan. So, the answer will be negative 15. Next, square root of negative 49. So, ang index natin dito would be 2 because this one is a square root. And according to our rule, if the index is even, the square root of negative number will be not real. Yan. So, the answer will be not real. Next, number 6. So, dito we have cube root. So, ang titignan naman natin is mga perfect cube. Itong nasa left and right natin na table. So, what's the cube root of 8? That will be, yan. Ano yung number pag kinube natin? Ang sagot ay 8. Ito yon. So, 2. Yan. So, the answer for number 6 is 2. Next, cube root of 512. What would be that number? Pag kinube natin ang sagot 512, tingin tayo dito sa table, that will be 8. So, the answer on number 7 is 8. Okay, next. Cube root of negative 729. So, may negative tayo dun sa loob ng radical sign, but if you take a look at the index, this one is odd. So, possible tayo magkaroon ng sagot at hindi not real yung magiging sagot natin. So, hanapin muna natin yung cube root ni 729 sa table. So, ito siya. So, that will be 9. At dahil negative yon, so ang sagot natin is negative 9. So, the cube root of negative 729 is negative 9. Next, number 9. So, we have positive negative cube root of 1,728. So, I think nandito siya sa part nito sa may kanan. So, ito siya. Cube root of 1,728. Ano yung number na yon? Nakatapat niya, that will be 12. So, yung number na pag kinube natin, ang sagot ay 1,728 ay 12. At dahil meron siyang plus minus, so lagyan lang din natin yung sagot niya ng plus minus. So, our answer for the cube root of 1,728 or the positive negative cube root of 1,728, that will be positive negative 12. Next. So, on the last part, we have here the cube root of 6,859. So, tingnan natin sa table, nasan dyan? Ito, sa may bandang baba. So, that will be 19. So, the final answer on this item or on this exercise will be 19. Okay, let's proceed on part B of these exercises. So, here we are asked to simplify each given expression. So, for us to simplify them, kukuhain natin yung mga roots nila. So, on number 1, we are asked to find the square root of 144x squared. So, dito, kukuhain natin separately yung square root ni 144 tsaka square root ni x squared. Ang square root ni 144 ay 12. And then, para makuha natin yung square root ni x squared, i-divide lang natin yung exponent na 2 doon sa ating index. So, nilagay ko na dyan yung index natin. Because this one is square root, ang index natin ay 2. Then, we divide 2 divided by 2. The exponent is equal to 1. At yung 1 ay ang gagamitin natin as the exponent of x on our answer. So, the answer will just be 12x raised to 1. At dahil 1 naman yung exponent na yan, kahit hindi na natin siya isulat. Okay, on number 2, we have the given 100, square root of 169 times a raised to 4. So once again, kuhain muna natin ang square root ni 169. Kung gagamitin nyo yung table kanina, we have 13. So para naman makuha yung square root ni a raised to 4, labas ulit natin yung index which is 2. Pwede nyo isulat yan kapag nagsasagot lang naman kayo. So we divide 4 divided by 2. The answer is 2. At yan yung magiging exponent ni a dun sa ating sagot. So, the answer will just be 13a raised to 2 or a squared. Next, square root of 64 times a raised to 6 times b raised to 4. Yan yung given natin sa number 3. Once again, to get the square root of this one, kuhain mo natin yung square root ni 64. That will be equal to 8. And then, para makuha yung square root ni a raised to 6 at b raised to 4, labas natin yung index, divide natin yung mga exponent nila sa 2 or sa ating index na 2. So, 6 divided by 2, that will be equal to 3. So, yan ang magiging exponent ni a. Sasagot natin mamaya. Then, b raised to 4, 4 divided by 2 naman to. At ang sagot natin dyan ay 2. So, yan ang magiging exponent natin kay b. So, our final answer will be 8a raised to 3 times b raised to 2 or 8 cubed times b squared. Okay, so let's proceed on number 4. We have the given the cube root of 8 times x cubed. So, alam naman natin ang cube root ng 8 based dun sa table natin ay 2. And then to get the cube root of x cubed, we just need to divide 3 to its index which is also 3. So 3 divided by 3, the answer is 1. Ang magiging sagot natin is 2x raised to 1. At dahil 1 naman yung exponent ng x, kahit hindi na natin siya ilagay. Next, number 5. We have the cube root of 125 x raised to 6 times y raised to 9. So to get the cube root of this one, kuhain muna natin yung cube root ni 125. That will be equal to 5. And then, divide natin separately yung exponent ni x which is 6. So, 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. Yan ang magiging exponent ni x sa sagot natin. And then, y raised to 9. So, 9 divided by 3 which is equal to 3. So, ang magiging sagot natin will be 5x raised to 2 times y raised to 3 or 5x squared times y cubed. Okay, so let's proceed on number 6. We have the given square root of 16 times m raised to 8 times n raised to 10. So dito, kuhain muna natin yung square root ni 16 which is equal to 4. And then, para makuha yung square root ni m raised to 8 at n raised to 10, labas natin ulit yung index, divide natin yung 8 sa kanya. So 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. And then 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. So yan yung magiging exponent ni m tsaka ni n respectively. So we have the answer 4 times m raised to 4 times n raised to 5. Okay, so number 7, ang tanong sa atin is cube root of 125 times p raised to 12. Dito, kuhain muna natin yung cube root nung number natin which is 125. The cube root of 125 is equal to 5. Then para makuha yung cube root naman ni 12 ay yung p raised to 12, i-divide natin yung 12 sa 3. So which is equal to 4. So, ang exponent ng p natin sa sagot ay 4. Yan. So, the answer will be 5p raised to 4. Okay, let's proceed to number 8. We have the question, the fourth root of 81 times a raised to 8 times b raised to 20. So, kung titignan natin dyan, fourth root siya. So, gagamit tayo dito ng table ng power or perfect power of 4. So, to get the answer for this one, we have to get first the fourth root of 81 which is equal to 3. Yan, tandaan na. Ang fourth root ng 81 ay 3. And then, para makuha yung fourth root ng a raised to 8 at b raised to 20, all we need to do is to divide that 8 on the index 4. That will be equal to 2. Then yung 20, i-divide din natin sa 4. Ang magiging sagot ay 5. So, our final answer will be 3a raised to 2 times b raised to 5. Yun yung exponent nila. Next, on number 9, we are asked to find the negative square root of 25x raised to 6 times y raised to 12 times c raised to 16. So, in this case, kuhain lang muna natin yung square root ni 25 which is 5. And then, Para makuha yung square root ng x raised to 6, y raised to 12 at c raised to 16, labas ulit natin yung index, divide natin yung 6 doon para makuha exponent ni x sa ating sagot. So 6 divided by 2, that will be equal to 3. 12 divided by 2, that will be equal to 6. And 16 divided by 2, that will be equal to 8. Yan yung magiging exponent ng ating x, y, at c. So, the answer will be negative. So, wag niyo po lang kalimutan, dapat may negative. Doon kasi sa question natin, it's negative square root of. So, negative 5x cubed, y raised to 6, c raised to 8. Next, number 10. We have the given, the positive, negative, square root of 81, q raised to 4, I raised to 18. So, dito, kuhain muna natin yung square root ni 81. That will be equal to 9. And then, the square root of q raised to 4, divide natin. Labas muna natin yung index, which is 2. Divide natin sa kanya si 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then, 18 divided by 2 is 9. So, the answer will be positive negative 9 q squared r raised to 9.